How to shoot a talk show or podcast single cam. Filmmakers often shoot podcasts and TV shows to attract more organic followers. Sometimes they reach over 100,000 followers. However, they don't have the money to pay a full crew. I haven't done this for everyone, but now I'm providing an option for the ambitious filmmakers and videographers. Shoot with one camera. So fire up your camera, it's time to shoot. I'm Sean Ray Toole of Toole Legacy Entertainment and AggLife Media. Today's instruction will allow you to shoot a video podcast or talk show with one camera efficiently. That will either free you up to direct the shoot with one camera person or allow you to direct and shoot simultaneously. Most people that are early to mid-career level will find this beneficial to bring their podcasts or shows to life. Why do people choose to shoot with one camera? Well, you might only have one camera operator and choose not to add static cameras like cameras sitting still on the side with no person operating them, or you have a dominant camera with output superior to the other camera. That means you might have a nice movie type camera or camcorder with a DSLR that doesn't match. What do I find most important to shoot a podcast or a show with one camera? Let's see. Write in your questions and shoot them separately. Number 2, strategic positioning of on-screen talent, camera, and props where necessary. Knowing the camera's capabilities. Deciding the format in which you will shoot and deliver or stream. I'll add a little tidbit that's important for advertising purposes when you finish. Number 1, shoot still photos. Number 2, maintain behind-the-scenes footage. And number 3, find someone that will manage your outreach on social media marketing and advertising. This is the basic gear that you'll need. Now, for more specifics on products, methods, and tool settings, find me on Instagram and Facebook at AggLife Media and at Toole Legacy Motion Pics. First, select a camera or a camcorder. Now, you can make it easier on yourself with a camcorder because it has that zoom rocker on it, which allows you to zoom in and out pretty quickly. But if you don't have the zoom rocker, it is not impossible. I use standard zoom lenses where I focus in and out manually, but I also use the autofocus on my Canon lenses. That helps a great deal. Note, autofocus is not best for all projects. Contact me for more information on that. A tripod. Get a sturdy one that won't shake or make sounds. Some people get a fluid head, which is more expensive. Get a DSLR or a cell phone for your still photos. Editing software. What I use for this particular shoot, I'll show it to you, but keep in mind that this is an investment that you will use repeatedly to get your show off the ground. First, a Canon C200 with an on-camera mic. Next, a Canon 24 to 105 millimeter lens, a Canon 70D for still photos, an Audio-Technica condenser mic, a Tascam DR100 Mark III audio recorder, Blackmagic DaVinci software, the latest version, 4 adjustable LED lighting panels on tripods, let's say 2,000 watts or more, a Proline boom stand, Canon Photo Pro 4 for editing your raw images, and a Seagate or Lacy hard drive. A Blackmagic BMPCC 4K will work well with this setup also instead of the C200. It's also cheaper even when it's kitted up. My assumptions. During this class, I'm assuming several things that are necessary. If you don't have these elements in place, contact me on IG or Facebook. Comment on something to let me know that you DM'd me. Now, I'm assuming that you have a good or great subject with solid questions. Write open questions, no closed ones. Closed questions are yes or no's. Opens are the ones that could keep the party going. Next, video and photo editing capabilities, or the ability to learn. Sufficient lighting is very important for digital cameras to have sufficient lighting. Even if you're doing darker scenes, you want to light sufficiently and then darken it in post. Can't forget food, snacks, and drinks for the cast or anyone else involved. Also, it's important to have an interesting set or backdrop. Preferably record indoors to start with until you become more of a professional with this. Now, these elements are very important for success. Don't skip any of these steps. If you do, you risk 1, adding turnaround time to complete your project, 2, frustration, 3, adding cost if you rented the location. Now, prep work. Number 1, read your questions aloud prior to the talent appearing. Make sure that they are open questions. No yes or no questions. They will become more familiar with the questions if they go through it. Hopefully, at some point, they will have this memorized. Number 2, listen for sounds that could hinder recording. That's including animals outside, animals indoors, air conditioners, and appliances, especially refrigerators. They hum. Number 3, check to see if there's natural lighting coming through the window. The sun will move as the shoot continues, and that could hinder your lighting in post. Do you have power outlets or sufficient batteries? That's number 4. Number 5, restrooms. Make sure that they're available. That could kill your shoot if people have to go too far for a restroom. Number 6, know the destination of the final product. Will it stream somewhere? Number 7, have the talent and guests sign waivers to use their likeness. Number 8, seat the talent, which is the interviewer, and guest, let's say 3 to 4 feet away from each other. They should each be the same distance from your camera. Note, if we look down on the set, the camera, the guest, and the interviewer will form an isosceles triangle. That means 2 sides are equal. Now for your shooting, use the best format and resolutions that will make your output look good in post. If your camera has RAW capabilities or something near it, use it if you have sufficient drive space. Number 2, shoot the talent asking all the questions at once. Monitor them, have them maintain a good energy level. This will be a tight shot on your talent. If they make mistakes, make them recite it again. If they have it memorized, then they won't look at the paper. I prefer personally that they ask questions without looking at the paper. Number 3, the talent will ask the questions again. This time, the guest will respond. With your shot, start wide to include both people. Zoom in on the guest as he or she answers. 4, this is possibly the most important technical advice in this lesson. Anticipate shots by zooming out to the 2 shot, which is a 2-person shot. Then zoom back into the person that's answering the question. This is where a camcorder with a zoom rocker makes it easier than the camera that I typically use. Now you're in post. You're at the editing stage. Asking your questions separately will give you something to cut to. That means that the new zoom in and out technique that you should be using now will help you tremendously. Once you master the editing process, your final product will be much cleaner and beautiful. Congratulations, you have a nicely shot project now. It's time to get it edited. Keep in mind, this is not one of those schemes that will be perfect the first time around. It will take practice. But once you master this, it will become a very easy project that you could successfully translate to other people and to other projects. If you have problems, remember, contact me at Instagram and Facebook. That's at AggLife Media and at Tool Legacy Motion Pics. And also remember, keep a smile on your face. Happy shooting.